I am Bruecker. This is my project I made. It's locking pliers. You have locking pliers having uses like clamping things down, holding things, or pulling fasteners like nails or staples. The locking pliers used it clamps up and down. You pull the lever and the screw screws in and out along with it. Use it to put how much you want the pliers to lock, and there's the little lever under one of the handles that you use to lock it in place. The first part, I used the extrude tool. I used it on to make like the general shape of it, and then just extruded it with the one hole in the center for one of the things to hold it in place. And I just flayed the outsides, made it all smooth, and then used the shell feature to hollow the inside so you can fit the screw in there and the other part. Used the extrude again at the top to make one of the jaws, and used a pattern cut extrude to make the teeth. And I drafted the edges of the jaw to make it more smooth and filleted even more of it. To make the part with the screw, I had to use the helix spiral feature and make a drawing and have it go along the spiral, and that would make the groove for the screw to screw into. The screw also screws into it good. For the second part, I'd use the extrude tool again. I just made the general shape of it, then extruded it, and I drafted the sides to make it go with the other jaw part, and then filleted it more to make it all smooth and such. Use the cut pattern again to make the teeth. For the next part, it's pretty easy. I just use the extrude tool with the sketch, and then cut they use the extrude again at the top part to make a different part, and then extruded the holes in the part, then drafted the top part and the bottom part of this part to make it go together, and then I shelled out the inside so it could fit the other part inside of it. Then I just flayed it a bunch to make it smooth. Part 4 is the I made a spring that goes in the middle of it. The spring, I do make a circle, and then use the helix spiral feature to make the spring, and then I do go to the in order to connect the lines, right? And I had to make a plane on the end of one of the hooks of the spring, and had it used the sweep tool to go along the whole thing. For the Plier part 6, I made half of the screw like down the middle, then revolved it around the center, and filleted the end of the screw, and then used the helix spiral again to make the screw. It's with the same size as the part that's on part 1, and then use the cut extrude with a pattern to make all the little grooves on the screw. Part 7 was probably the simplest part to make, besides the screws that keep the thing together. It was just make the shape and make holes in it and fillet the edges to make it look better. Pretty simple. Part 8 was even easier. It was just another screw part. Just went in and kept it together. The next part is the part that locks the locking pliers together. You pull the handle and it would lock it, and it just went into the shell of the other one. That one was pretty simple. Just make the shape, general shape, and extrude it, and inflate it a bunch, and made a hole in it. The next part, these are just the screws that keep the pliers together and kept it together. Had to use 3 different types of screws. A small one for one of the handles to keep the part 8, I think, part 5, and whatever the other. For the mate side, to use a screw mate to make it screw right with it, with the part 1 and part 6. Otherwise, it would not screw right. It would not look or function right. To use a lot of limit angles for this, so then it doesn't clamp too close and intersect with each other, because that wouldn't actually happen. For a lot of the mating, it was just having the widths go into each other and have the holes concentric.